Today I'd like to take another journey along one of the pathways of the Tree of Life. So as I've done in the past, I'm shuffling up the major arcana cards, asking for the right one to pop out to accompany us on our journey today. So I wonder which one is ready to accompany us in this week of August. Set the intention that what we need to know will be delivered for us. Which pathway wants to come forward? Interesting, nothing. The Hermit, very interesting, particularly as we're moving into Virgo season, and the Hermit is actually the major arcana card for Virgo. Number 9, the Hermit, walks path 20 on the Tree of Life. That is the pathway between number 4, the blue Sephira on the right-hand pillar of mercy, and number 6, the yellow Tiferet in the middle of the Tree of Life called Tiferet or harmony. The path of Yod means hand and speaks to both the operation and operator of the world. Yod is often interpreted as the hand of God. It can also represent a hand held out in peace and friendship. The Hermit must balance introspection with action and use his inner wisdom to guide his efforts towards compassion and mercy. It is the Hermit who teaches us how to balance our inner and outer lives to live with greater compassion, mercy, and wisdom. So I'm wondering, as we move into this Virgo season, what it is we should be considering in our own lives. It's going to again be different for each of us, but taking a little bit of time to contemplate as we move into this new season what we might be wanting to bring to the season is an excellent time to work with the Hermit. We're also going to consider adding a couple of the minor arcana into the 2 Sephira. But before we do that, let's just take a quick look at each Sephira that we are looking at. Chesed, which is called mercy, loving kindness, grace, unbounded love, is all about expanding ideas, enlarging the circle, empathetic concern, stability, structure, and form. So what is it that we need to expand in our lives or expand on? Its virtue is obedience, and its vice is pride and hypocrisy. It has the power to focus and is called the gate of love. Chesed is the home for all the 4s of the minor arcana, and Jupiter is the planet associated with it. Strengths found in Chesed that we can draw on include idealism, truth, and loyalty, as well as patience, devotion, endurance, committedness, while potential weaknesses to be aware of include hypocrisy, dogmatism, smugness, self-righteousness, false pride, and bigotry. So that's on the one side. On the other side, Tiferet, called beauty, glory, and harmony, is harmonizing and holds opposing energies with compassion. It is the perfectly symmetrical balancing center point of the Tree of Life, which is easy to see from the little graphic there. And here we find balance, integration, and the connection of the divine and the physical. Its virtue is devotion to the great work, while its vice is false pride. It has the power of cosmological being and is called the gate of truth. Tiferet is also home to all of the knights and sixes of the minor arcana. The planet associated with Tiferet is the sun, and strengths found in Tiferet include reverence, idealism, nurturing, compassion, devotion, while potential weaknesses could include false pride, self-doubt, insecurity, irreverence. Now we know that the pathway can be walked in both directions. So pathway number 20 Yod can be walked starting in Chesed towards Tiferet, or it might move from Tiferet towards Chesed. From Chesed towards Tiferet, we're coming down the tree, and from Tiferet up to Chesed, we're going up the tree. So depending on where we are in our situation and what it is we need to work on, would probably indicate the direction that we're walking on that particular pathway. I'm going to draw 2 minor arcana cards to add one into each of these sephira and see what it is that might illuminate for us in the sephira. I think I'll just spread these out and choose a card for each sephira. So for Chesed, which one do we want? Which one for Chesed? Which one? This one. And that's a 4, which is at home in Chesed, but it's the 4 of Cups. And often this is the card, when you look at it, he's kind of got his arms folded and he's looking down at the cups he does have, but he's not looking up and he doesn't see what's being offered to him. It's often called a card of apathy as well. It could be a sign of apathy. So are you complacent with where you are? Are you not looking up at what is going on, what potentials are available to you? Certainly during this time of the Hermit, it would be a good time to consider if that cup that's being offered by the hand of God there, and that is often considered to be the hand of God coming out there offering you, what are you being offered that you're not seeing, or that you're not wanting to see? Something to consider for sure. All right, let me see. We want one more for Tiferet. Where are we going to go here? No, I think actually I want to go over here with this one for Tiferet. Okay. Oh, I gotta love it. This is the 6, which is at home in Tiferet. The 6 of Pentacles, which is about balance. Some people call it a card of debt. I mean, it all depends on where your eye goes to when you're actually reading this card. Is do you see yourself as the person who is giving alms? Do you see the person who's receiving them? Are you the person who feels left out because you're not getting anything on that side? But 6s are definitely about harmony and balance, and we are in Tiferet as well. So that kind of really interestingly balances that out. Deciding where this all fits in your own life is very much an internal job, because only you know what's going on in your circumstances and you know how you feel about them. But this is an ideal time as we move now towards Virgo to look within and see, what are you being offered or perhaps not wanting to see? And who are you in this picture? Are you looking for someone to give you something? Are you looking to be balanced and compassionate and kind? Are you feeling left out? Where do these fit in your circumstances right now? I'm going to draw one of the cards from Tori Hartman's Chakra Wisdom Oracle Guidance. Let's see. And just see if that gives us a little bit more to work with. What else do we need to know about this as we move into Hermit season and walk the path 20 of Yod with the Hermit? Let's see. Destiny. Interesting. This is about the journey and balance. Your life will be guided by your angels to what is best for you and all concerned. Together we are stronger than alone. It's about spiritual partnerships and claiming your destiny. And that to me also speaks once again to the fact that you're working within, working perhaps with your own higher self, your guardian angel, your spirit guides, whatever that is for you personally and where you feel at home. But this moment could be considered a moment of destiny where you're in a position to perhaps work at considering what you want to choose and how you want to balance your life. Let's take an angel card from the Archangel Fire Oracle by Alexandra Wenman and see what else is added to the spread with this. What else? What else? What would the archangels like to say to us today as we move into this Virgo season and walk the path of the Hermit? This one, okay. That is Archangel Actriel. Well, let me open up the little guidebook because this has got a lot more than I can remember off the top of my head. So in her guidebook, Archangel Fire Oracle, Alexandra Wenman, Archangel Actriel has the keyword glory. He walks on the same ray, the golden ray, as Metatron does, but as I say, it's not an archangel I'm that familiar with. She says here, Acatriel is a type of super angel who is one of the angels of the presence, or angels of the face, a group of ultra important angels who work very closely with God or Creator. Acatriel is particularly vital as he is known as the voice of God or the presence of God and sits on the throne of glory. His message for this card is, do not compare yourself to others, nor listen to criticism or judgment from those who choose to remain closed to their own hearts. Likewise, do not judge another. Listen to the voice of God within to know the right course of action to take. Well, I think that just sort of puts the exclamation point on what we were talking about as to how for each of us this decision is going to be, or this pathway as we walk it, and the guidance that we get is going to be different for each of us. Even though this is a global pull for all of us to consider, the actual specifics of it within this framework are going to be different for each of us. Let's draw from these angel cards, the Oracle of the Angels, and see anything else is added. Heaven's Door. And if I look at the guidebook, number 27, Heaven's Door, has the affirmation, life unfolds for me exactly as it is meant to. I trust in divine timing and I am grateful for all my blessings. Within the little message here, she says, if you've been anxiously waiting for a door to open with the promise of a new opportunity, the time is drawing near. Trust in the divine timing. The door will open at the perfect time, and you will see exactly why it was worth the wait. In the meantime, hold on to your faith. The reward is imminent. So what this says to me, for my life at any rate, when I consider walking this pathway, that it's time to go within for sure with the Hermit and consider if I'm missing anything and am I being truly balanced and loving with everyone around me, and most importantly with myself. I think that this, the way I see this whole spread at the moment, is about me, about what's happening for me and where I should be going. It is an internal job. Now, I will, as usual, put some more information up on the blog that you can have a look at with respect to things to consider, what this pathway might help you with. But within the framework of this video, this could go just in so many different ways, depending on whose life it is and what they're dealing with. But we have so much support here. I can't believe it. We've got this Archangel of the Golden Ray, who is here to tell you to live your life and don't look at what other people are telling you to do. You have Heaven's Door waiting for you right there, and we know that this is a moment of destiny. So, have fun with it. Take a little moment perhaps in the next little while, before Virgo season hits perhaps before the new moon in Virgo, which is on this coming Saturday, because new moon's always a great time to start something new. Walk the pathway and see where you're at. See if there is anything new you want to bring in at this moment of destiny. Sending you all love and light and many blessings.